Alright, just a disclaimer here. If I miss anything in this video that you're about to watch, guys, just be sure to let me know in the comments below. And like I said in the beginning, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I tried my best here. So just listen, take notes, ask questions, anything that you guys are thinking of about this video. Let me know what I can do better, or let me know what I missed out, or let me know if there's something that you just don't understand. I will find the information myself and try to provide it to you. But other than that, enjoy this video, guys. Thank you.
What's going on, guys? Cole on Wheels here. Sorry about the late little break I took last week, but I'm back with another video here. Today what I'm doing is just giving you guys a quick overview of the in-cab for when you guys are doing your in-cab inspection. I won't do the too much of the brakes today. I want to make that another part because I want to relearn that. Unfortunately, it's been over a year since I took the test, so I definitely want to make sure I get it down pat before I try to show it to you guys here. But one of the main things I do want to go over here is the end cap. Is kind of another part of it. Now, one thing I did want to start over with was the fact that I didn't cover too much the last video I posted. So of course I'm going to turn off the truck here. Number one rule you always want to remember before you start your pre-trip at all is to, for one, your key will always be in your pocket when you're outside of the truck. And secondly, unless you're doing the tug test or the service brake test in any way, you will always want to make sure that your wheels are chopped. So first few things you want to cover if you're once you get to the end cab, you want to go ahead and visualize the door. That's going to be one of the things. So remember those words I said in my last video. So properly mounted, secure, not broken or damaged in any way. Handles properly secure, works properly. It's mounted properly, like I said. First thing you want to point out when you're getting in the truck itself is the fire extinguisher and spare fuses. You always want to remember those. And also state that the fire extinguisher is in date. Make sure you guys can see the fire extinguisher is there. It's properly mounted, it's bolted in, and it is in date. I won't go show you the date because I know it is, of course. As far as when you start from the front, definitely want to cover everything on the front. So like I said in the last video, you want to make sure that the grill itself is clean of anything, of any bugs or debris or whatnot. You want to make sure your license plate is up to date and clearly visible. You want to make sure everything that you touch is properly mounted, secure. So where you have your bumper, you got your grill, hood, the latches to the hood, latches to the hood, I'm sorry. You also want to go over your headlights, make sure they're properly mounted, secure, working properly and not broken or cracked. You want to go underneath, like I said before. Underneath, you're looking for any unbalance in the vehicle itself on the front. That will indicate what I would say is unbalanced cargo. There's another thing you can say for that as well. I won't state that here. You also want to look for any loose wires or hanging wires down here. And then on top of that, you want to make sure your mirrors on the side properly mounted, secure. You want to make sure your action mirror here is properly mounted, secure, not broken or cracked. You just want to pretty much touch everything on the truck. I will make another video on top of this, viewing the engine compartment, but I just want to give you guys a better overview because I did go back and watch my video. I didn't really cover much in that, but let's go back to the cab here. And of course, if you guys enjoy content like this, make sure you definitely drop a like on this video, subscribe. It definitely helps support the channel. I'm at 229 subscribers at the making of this video. I definitely appreciate you guys. It's helping a lot. We are at 2,000 watch hours for this, so that definitely makes me happy about that. I appreciate you guys and your support. So once you're in the truck, of course, like I said, your wheels will be chalked. You want to chalk the wheel. I did not cover that either, sorry. You definitely want to chalk your wheel, preferably right here. Some people like to chalk it here, but I would prefer to chalk it right here in the front here when you do your rolling test or whatnot. And once you're in, you talk about your fire extinguisher, you talk about your spare fuses. That's where you want to go around and touch everything. So you want to touch your windshield, your window. You want to make sure it's properly mounted, secure. You want to talk about the seal. It's not cracked or broken in any way. You definitely want to talk about your door handle inside. You want to talk about your steering wheel. It's properly mounted, it works properly. All your switches are present, they're labeled properly. One of the key things you want to check is your gauges. We'll get to that in a second. Your brake pedal, you want to make sure it's working properly. Your gas pedal, make sure there's nothing blocking underneath it. As you can see down there, you want to check that for sure. You want to definitely make sure there's nothing underneath it that can keep you from pressing it down. Let's see. But yeah, go through all your buttons and whatnot. They're properly labeled and secure and whatnot. As far as the trailer brake, that's probably secure. One of the key things to point out is always go from window to window. So you're gonna go from here to your windshield. You know, you want to make sure that's clear of any bugs or anything, dirt or whatnot. And then you want to go over there. You want to do the same exact thing. Excuse my truck, it is a little dirty. But as long as you're covering all this, just saying the same things, it's properly mounted, secure. It's not broken or damaged. It's properly labeled. My brakes, my air brakes, they're properly labeled. They're mounted. They're not broken or damaged. Then, so look at your gauges. You definitely want to put your key in ignition. Okay, you just want to turn it on. So you don't want, you see here, you don't want to actually crank the vehicle. You actually want to just get it to where your gauges pop up. So that's here, you're just saying, hey, my oil, my water temperature, my transmission, you can see my display here from my odometer. You can see, you hear that, that's your lane alert that just went off. It's testing. You probably won't have that in your truck or whatnot, but it's definitely good to point it out. Fuel is reading at a proper level. You know, your air pressure's reading at a proper level. You got both your gauges here for your speedometer or your RPMs. They're also reading properly. Now here's where you definitely want to do a test. Right now I got my 4-ways on. As you can see here, that's that clicking noise. Here you also want to test your lights. You know, you want to test your headlights, parking lights. You also want to come in and test your actual bright lights. Here you'll see that symbol in the middle there lights up. Okay, there you also want to test your winch. You want to test your windshield wipers. You also want to test the fluid in here. Most times, if you guys don't know how to use that, usually if you press this, you'll get some fluid that sprays out of there. There you go. So you want to pay attention to that as well. Another main thing I've noticed when I was getting ready to take the test, they want you to test your defrost. You need to test your defrost. So you turn it on, hey, I'm going to test my defrost, make sure it works. And you know, you'll hear it here, hey, it works, it's getting hot. Generally, a lot of people do this when they crank the vehicle up to start any other checks like the actual brake test. But I would go ahead and just do it in the test where it's in the ignition and it's on, not the truck actually cranked. Because when the truck's actually cranked, that's where you're looking at doing the actual tug test and the air brake test and whatnot. Again, I'm gonna try to make a separate video for that one as well. I could cram it in here. I'll kind of give you guys an idea of what it looks like. So one of the main tests is you're gonna have static, you're gonna have applied, I want to say you got the alert and pop out. What essentially it is you're just testing the ability of the brakes, and you're just seeing if you lose a certain amount of PSI. I didn't point out those either. That's your PSI. So that's how much air you generally will have here. What you want to look for is when you're in the truck is around 120 PSI. That's just my opinion. On the test, I want to say they go for about the same 110, 120 PSI in your air tanks. What that consists of though, when I say the static and whatnot, so one of the tests is simple. Turn this off. One of the tests is simple. You'll simply just you will actually keep it in neutral. It is in neutral here. Okay, you will literally just, with the wheel shot, you will press in both the air brake and the trailer brake. I'm sorry, you're pressing the parking brake and the trailer air supply brake, and you'll wait and you will watch your PSI here, and it should not drop below, I want to say is no more than no more than 3 PSI. I could be wrong. I'm gonna correct that for my future video that I made, but it's definitely one of those. Okay, so you won't do anything here. This is just you sitting here. So that's your static. And your next one, hey, you're gonna for one, you're gonna do that for 1 minute with the static, and then you'll come back and say, I'm gonna do my applied. That's where you push both of them in, and you're gonna press down on your service brake down here, and you're gonna hold that down for 1 minute, and ensure that you don't get more than 3 to 4 PSI. out your air tanks. Okay, so hey, once you do that, that's where you're going to test. The one thing I can test, of course, you're going to test your low alert light is what I call it. I say low alert. There's definitely a lot of names that people call it. So all that is around when you get to around the 60s, I want to say the 60 psi, you're gonna have an alert for your air tanks that's gonna pop on. And what you're doing is you're gonna have the brakes you're gonna have the brakes pulled out at this point, of course. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna just pump your brakes until you get around that 60 psi. You're gonna make sure that alert comes on for your air brakes. So I'm gonna give it a try here. I haven't done this in over a year, so bear with me. Okay. So you hear that? So it is around the 60 psi. Okay. They did move a little funky. I wish I would have called that there for you guys, but that's what it looks like. Okay. And of course you have to. It's annoying. So generally you wait for it to build back up. Or in this case, you want to build it back up by yourself. And, you know, I tend to just turn on the truck, get it going, just give it some gas, and let your air pressure build on up. Okay. Now the next one we're gonna do is we're gonna do the pop out test. So the pop out test is also on your test as well. And what this is basically, you're just going to pump your air brakes again. You're gonna do the same thing. This time you don't go to 60. You're gonna keep going with your air brakes. And this time what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna push them in. You're gonna push both your brakes in. And I could be wrong about the static. You could actually have to push it in for the static as well. I'm sorry, the low alert as well. I feel like you do. I'm gonna verify that, and I'm gonna leave in the comments below, or somebody can also correct me who's already taken the test recently. Like I said, it's been over a year. I'm just giving you an idea of what it's like. I want to give you guys raw material, so I'll try to get some confirmation on this very soon, so that way if you guys are watching this video, you don't do the same thing I'm doing here and fail the test. I don't want you to fail the test, I promise you. So, but the next one would be definitely pop out. So of course in this case your wheels be chopped. You will go ahead and press well, let me get this back on. I just want this video to pop on. So sorry, there we go. All right, truck's in neutral. As you can see, it's in neutral, and I'm simply just gonna pump these brakes until it pops out. So you should get it here at around the 30 psi level. Okay. All right, you hear that? Let's see. Oh, there you go. Gotta keep pumping. There it is. All right, so you see it is around the 30 psi level and it popped out. That noise is very annoying, so I'm gonna crank it up. Now remember, you don't have to pull the brakes out after that because it popped out for you. It's gonna take a while here. So for safety reasons in this, I would definitely, you're gonna leave your truck's gonna be on. It's gonna be in the on position, but not actually where you crank the truck up. So that's what you're gonna do, and you're actually gonna push in your air brakes, from my understanding so far, because I had to do it to get the pop out test. So I'm assuming you also have to do it with the low alert test. So that's just my general knowledge, but I will confirm that again. This will also be where you do the tug test. I'm gonna do that in a separate video just because it's a little bit more that I want to learn about it. But it's very simple actually. So to give you an idea what it looks like is all you're doing is you're testing each brake. So let's say for instance, hey, I want to test the tractor brake. The tractor brake will be indicated right here by the yellow brake. You would push in your trailer supply, and then you would just give it a little gas and see if the tractor will be able to keep the tractor itself from moving, although that the trailer is actually disengaged. So that's when you'll push that in, you'll give a little gas after you put in drop, of course, and it should tug. That's what we call our tug test. And then you'll pull it out, and then you'll push in your tractor brake. This is where your tractor will move, but your trailer should not. And you should get another tug, or you should get a little side to side movement here. It'll be like a little side to side. That's good. And then you'll pull that back out. Then the last thing is you're gonna do your service brake test. That's your service brake, okay? What you're gonna do is you're gonna get up to 5 miles per hour. You're gonna drive 4 or 5 miles an hour, and then you're gonna apply the service brake and make sure it properly works. Once you do that, that is the end of your testing with the brake system and the end cap. That should be the last thing you do though. And remember, before you start any of this, you also want to make sure, before you start that tug test part, you want to make sure to get the chalk out from underneath the wheel, because otherwise it's not gonna end well for you. Okay, that is the most important part I had to remember. Once you do the static and apply, pop out, low alert, and the pop out, and then you have to, for one, turn off the truck. Okay, you get your key, put it in your pocket, get out the truck. You're gonna go get the chalk from out here. You're gonna put it wherever you have. Usually somewhere. It's usually a storage for you that they're gonna tell you about. And then you get back in the truck. You're like, okay, I'm gonna do the tug test now. And the instructor's gonna go, okay. That's where you start the two processes of the air distractor brake, the trailer brake, and then after that, do your service brake test down there. Okay, that's just me giving you guys a general explanation of how it would look. Again, I'm gonna get confirmation on all this, so I'll be able to correct myself either in the comment section below here. But like I said, guys, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I just want to do something strictly educational, nothing coke related, where I'm delivering. You guys just watch me do some delivery vlogs. That will probably be the next video, of course. I'm finished for the day. I did get started a little late. It is 3:30 on the dot. I did start around 5 o'clock today. I had a lot. Unfortunately, I didn't get any help. It happens sometimes. It's a little hard work. I had 2.5 hours of driving on this particular route. So I had to do 2.5 hours of driving plus all the work. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to subscribe, like, share with a friend. Appreciate the support, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.